Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Newater is joined with Ben Newater today as we debate some more sports topics. Not much sports news going on. I think today we're going to talk about who is the GOAT in the National Basketball Association of all time. And I'd also like to touch on the MLB proposed season, which Ben, I don't know if you've heard about.
82 games.
But essentially, the NL Central will play the AL Central for the whole year, AL West, NL West, AL East, NL East. It'd basically be the three divisions from the two conferences. I don't know what they call in the MLB.
Yep.
Basically play each other. So the Cubs would be matched up against, of course, the Reds, Pirates, Brewers, and Cardinals, and then the White Sox, Royals,
Tigers,
Twins, Tigers, and we're missing
Indians.
And Indians. Not the hardest, but also not the best.
I think the Cubs could make the playoffs with that schedule. 82 games.
And I think there's also going to be a 14-team playoff this year too.
Yeah.
I think that was also in the proposed. So I think we'll definitely have some trouble with the Indians and Twins. I think the White Sox, Royals, and Tigers will be a breeze. We should win at least 85% of those games. But then the Brewers and Cardinals would be hard, and then Reds and Pirates should be somewhat easy.
I think I'm going to touch on the Cubs really quick. The Indians and the Twins are clearly the best teams in the AL Central, but the White Sox have improved significantly over the past year. Yohan Moncada is getting really good now. A lot of young guys that are moving up, like Tim Anderson. So I think that their team is going to be a sleeper pick to maybe make a wild card bid. So I think that there's only two teams in that 10-team thing that I think are easy games, and that's the Pirates and the Royals. And the Tigers, so 3 teams.
And the Reds.
I think the Reds are better than people. The Reds.
I think they are too. But let's move along here and let's talk about the ever-changing GOAT debate. Because as sports fans, we don't have much to talk about currently. But The Last Dance is going on. LeBron is coming off maybe one of his best seasons ever. Everyone has their own opinions. I've heard people say Kobe's the GOAT. I've heard people say Will is the GOAT. People say, and of course, LeBron and MJ. I personally believe it is Michael Jordan. I don't think he is 6-0 in the finals. He left in the prime of his career to go play baseball. And as it said, and as in The Last Dance, one of his best friends was interviewing on it, sharing his take, and he said, MJ would have stayed playing baseball if it wasn't for the strike in 1995. In 1995, I was actually reading a book yesterday about the 1995 season, and how I forget what it was. It was like they didn't make enough money. They were trying to go across the picket lines, and it was referring. There was an article, and it was referring to. It was in the Chicago Tribune, actually, what is going on right now because MLB players are not signing anything, talking about they don't want to play. Some of the players want their full salary for to play the 82-game season. So basically, Bryce Harper wants his $40 million to play half the games, which I don't think is fair. Now, they do. I understand the conditions. They probably have to be tested after every series, after every game. Things are changing. I get it. It's going to be harder to play for sure. Maybe give them 66% of the salary. Give them 2/3 instead of the whole. But the MLB, without ticket sales, cannot afford to pay them in full. And I think these players don't understand that. Sean Doolittle, River Forest resident, his wife said on Twitter after the news broke that players weren't signing anything, said the players haven't been sent anything. Sean Doolittle is a big figure in the MLBPA, the MLB Players Association. And for his wife to come out on Twitter and say my husband hasn't gotten anything regarding this, and the rest of the players, of course, is very interesting. I've actually seen Sean Doolittle pitch at Concordia before. They built a new pitcher stand because he pitches there because he lives like a couple blocks from us. Ben. Interesting.
Well, that'll be something to look at. I think the players will have to adjust their expectations of what they're going to get because I think they all will end up wanting to play. They'll get bored. Even guys like Blake Snell, former AL Cy Young winner, he was like on a stream. He said, "I'm not playing if I don't get my full salary because the risk is too high of getting coronavirus." But I think they'll come around because there's not much. They're not gonna. If they don't play, they're not gonna get anything. So you gotta do something.
But then look at what happens if one of the players or one of the coaches or managers gets corona and dies. The MLB is going to get sued out of their mind, going to lose tens of millions of dollars. Then the MLB is – because the MLB does not make as much money as the NFL or the NBA. I think a lot of people can agree on that.
That's true.
Baseball is the national pastime. And J.B. Pritzker actually at his briefing the other day talked about how – I don't think J.B. Pritzker said this exactly, but when the fall comes around at the NFL plays, people are just going to forget about baseball. I mean, if there's no baseball for a summer where nothing's going on, people would watch baseball. I don't usually watch baseball games, but I would now. I watch the Cubbies play every day, except for they don't have a TV deal, so we might not even watch them. We have to listen to radio.
That would be terrible.
Because of the stupid whatever it is, but they're trying to be like the Yankees and the Yes Network, but I just don't think we're as big as the Yankees. But anyways,
yeah,
I mean, we're just gonna forget about baseball, which I don't think we'll fully forget about it. But if baseball is just not gonna happen, everyone will just completely disregard it and talk about what's going on in the NFL this fall. Because I bet you the NFL is gonna play.
I bet they will. I mean, they got the draft in on schedule, which was unlike any other sporting league that had been put off schedule. NFL stayed on schedule except for optional off-season training workouts. And the only question is, will they be able to start working out soon? Because the players need to get in shape for the 16-game season, or 17-game season, actually, that they changed to. So I don't know how they're going to do that with, like, all these restrictions in states. So that'll be interesting to see if they can get their workouts in.
It will be very interesting. Ben, going back to the GOAT discussion, I'm curious, who do you have as your greatest player of all time?
Ever since he led Cleveland to the 2016 NBA Finals victory, I've had LeBron as my GOAT. I used to hate LeBron. I'm not gonna lie. When he joined Miami, I thought that was one of the worst career moves he could have made, just because his legacy, that really tarnished his legacy. But by going back to Cleveland, taking them over a 73-9 Warriors team, with really not, I mean, hey Tim, without like much talent compared to what they had, that was crazy to me. And he did what he said he would do. I know Jordan won 6 rings, but if we're looking at best player, you also have to look at their just skill level. And LeBron's one of the best passers of all time. He can get buckets with the best of them. And he can, when he tries, he's really good on defense. So I have him as my number 1 overall player.
Back in 2nd grade, I wasn't really into sports. But I remember I was on the LeBron bandwagon. LeBron got me into sports. LeBron and the 2012 Notre Dame Fighting Irish got me into sports. But without LeBron, I used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and watch Miami Heat games on like scuffed YouTube highlight things. I used to wake up early to watch the press conference after the game. I love that Miami Heat team. That was the first time I was really into sports. Was in early elementary school, following with D-Wade. I remember at one point I bought a Norris Cole and Udonis. I wanted to buy a Norris Cole and Udonis Haslem jersey. I bet you 9 out of 10 NBA fans don't even know who that is. Norris Cole went to Cleveland State. Udonis Haslem. It's like one of the for the amount of years he's played, he's
one of the least productive NBA players.
So it is. Tim, we're great. Thank you for the comment. But I used to be obsessed with random Mario Chalmers, Birdman, Chris Anderson. I used to thrive over those Miami Heat teams in 2012, 2013, 14, and then when they split in after the 2015 season. It was the 2015 season, right? Or maybe it was 2014.
2014.
14. Because it was 11, 12. In 11, I wasn't all huge into them. They lost to the Mavericks. But then it was their redemption year. It was their second year as bought. They had a great team that year. I remember, but I have to say, probably the most competitive series I've seen, other than the 2017 Cleveland Warriors national championship series or national champion. Yeah, I know, Tim. Was the 2013 Pacers Heat Eastern Conference Finals series. David West, Roy Hibbert, Paul George. These dudes were crazy. David West had the best series of his life. Roy Hibbert was good. He was an all-star that year. And it was just so weird. They had like no guards, but their forwards were just so good. And it was weird.
Like Paul George's breakout.
It was, you don't really see a 280-pound center doing damage in the NBA anymore. And Roy Hibbert was just feasting on the Miami Heat's lack of a center. And so, lack of centers, I should say.
Well, they did have Chris
Paul. That was a fabulous series. And that Miami Heat team really got me into loving basketball. But going back to GOAT, I take Michael Jordan.
So, do you have any other arguments?
The Last Dance, his competitiveness and his work ethic is beyond anything I've seen. And I don't know.
I know it's an unpopular opinion in Chicago, but Michael Jordan, easily the top 2, no question. But I get that he won 6 rings. I get that he was super competitive, but you're telling me LeBron's not as competitive as Michael Jordan?
LeBron is fabulous. LeBron is fabulous, but he's not Michael Jordan.
Well,
I think as an all-around person, I'd rather be friends with LeBron James. I'll tell you that much. He's a great dude, great family. He's more business endeavors outside of basketball. Yeah, Michael had Jordan Brand, but LeBron opened up a school. LeBron does so many other things outside of basketball. But you don't have to be a perfect person to be the best basketball player of all time. And was Mike a perfect person? No. No one's a perfect person. I think LeBron's a better person than Michael Jordan is. But I think Michael Jordan undoubtedly is the best basketball player to ever live on the earth.
I would pay to see LeBron play Michael Jordan in their primes because
I would pay every single cent that I own to see that game. That would be the greatest game of all time.
I mean, LeBron at the end of the day is probably going to rank number 1 in all time in points scored, top 2 in assists.
But for Michael Jordan's career, the 3-pointer was just implemented to the game. He didn't have a 3-point shot, but he still has a better 3-point percentage than Dwayne Wade. I'll tell you that much. Dwayne Wade is one of the best scorers of all time. Michael has a better 3-point shot than him. He also has a better 3-point percentage than LeBron. And he didn't even have the 3-point arc was put into the NBA while he was in the NBA. He was in college with no 3-point shot. He was in high school. Think about that. All you know is the 2-pointer, then all of a sudden there's a 3-pointer. You've worked your whole life. That's why he's the best mid-range game of all time. That's why he's the best dunk of all time. He's all the other inside the arc skills, greatest, no doubt, in my mind.
In my opinion, Jordan was really a great offensive player, and he was also great on defense. But he had guys like Scottie Pippen to take some of the load off on defense. Dennis Rodman, one of the best defensive players of all time. I mean, his
LeBron had Dwayne Wade. LeBron had Chris Bosh. He currently has AD.
In Cleveland, the best defender other than LeBron, I mean, there really wasn't any. Tristan Thompson, maybe. I mean, they had and yet the chase down block on Andre Iguodala.
The chase down block is the greatest defensive play I think I will ever see in my life. I think the chase down block just symbolizes the greatness of LeBron James, but I still take Michael Jordan.
Because of his rings, because of his...
He's 6-0 in the finals. LeBron's like 3-7 or 4. I think he's 3 rings, right? 1 in Cleveland, 0 in LA, and 2 in Miami.
I believe he would have gotten one this year, but that's kind of beside the point. But even so
I think he would have gotten one.
Is there any way would LeBron? What if LeBron rattled off 3 rings in a row? Would you?
If LeBron had a 3-peat with 2 MVPs, I would maybe consider the greatest player of all time.
So you're really sold on Michael Jordan. That's kind of.
I am currently, but the NBA is ever evolving, and I used to not be. I used to be weird. I used to put like stats in, and I'd be like Oscar Robertson. I was just beyond myself. He played with a bunch of just nobodies.
That brings up. Who do you think is the 3rd best player of all time beside LeBron and Michael Jordan?
I think it's Wilt. I actually was diving into some Wilt highlights the other day. I think it's Wilt. Now, yes, it's either Wilt or Bill Russell.
I have a critique of both.
I think Kobe's great, but I don't think Kobe's that good. Kobe only had 3 titles.
The thing about Wilt and Bill Russell, they were both great players. They're both ahead of their time, but they played in a league with nowhere near as much talent as even the 80s.
But look at. I want to see if Wilt were to be a player now. Wilt might not even be an all-star, be a Hall of Famer.
Exactly, which is why he would just.
But when he played, you can't take that away from him. Though. When he played, was the most dominant player on every single court, every single night, and you knew he'd give you a 30-15, 30-20 game.
But is the greatest of all time. That's the thing.
No, he's not the greatest of all time. It's the 3rd greatest of all time. And I don't think anyone can put him in the top 2 being level-headed. I think everyone and their mom and grandma knows that Michael and LeBron are 1 or 2. You can put it either way you want. Many people have LeBron 1, Michael 2, Michael 1, LeBron 2. But I think Tim Meetson knows that. Timmy knows that LeBron and MJ are 1 and 2. Tim, who's your 3rd play? Who's your 3rd best player of all time? Watch them say like Marcus Howard.
Dwayne Wade, maybe.
Tim, we're waiting, bro. You're selling us here. We're trying to be interactive with the comments.
We're giving our biggest fan. Shout out to Tim.
Yeah, shout out to Tim. I said the last episode, a big shout out to Tim. I got him on the show. We talked some Notre Dame recruiting. Overall college football recruiting. Tim, bro.
Oh, we're not getting his 3rd.
Maybe he's doing something.
Well, I'll give Tim a second. I'll give my 3rd best player of all time. I'm going to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who by the way, on the ESPN,
Tim didn't answer the question.
Tim didn't answer.
He said thanks, bro. Tim, who's your 3rd best player of all time? That's what we want you to comment. And you're welcome, Tim. All right, Ben, keep going.
So, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is my 3rd best. He basically invented a shot that hadn't been.
That is no longer used to this day. Tim, the question was, who is the 3rd best player of all time?
But if you put Wilt at number 3, then you're ignoring Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who won 4 championships, 5 MVPs, most points in league history.
He's top 5.
In college, he was the greatest college player of all time. I mean, huge winning streak.
That's true.
I don't know how you can not put him at number 3. ESPN agrees with me. They had Kareem at number 3.
I had Kareem at 5, personally.
Bill Russell's your 4. I have Bill Russell at 4.
I have Bill Russell at 4. I have Michael, LeBron, Wilt, Bill, and then Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I have Larry Bird at 5, but that's a little high maybe, but I think
I Magic at 6. Probably Larry at 7 or 8. I might have Kobe at 7 and Larry at 8.
I have Magic at 6.
Shaq at probably a 9. And then I don't really know about Tim. All right, Tim, are you going to respond, bro?
Is Tim just not? Hold up. Let's get Tim on the phone.
You want me to call him?
I'm getting him on the phone right now.
All right, call him.
He's on speaker. Let's see if we can hear
I
him.
put on speaker, yeah.
Tim.
Hi, this is Tim. Please leave
Yeah, iconic.
Okay, Tim's not here. I don't know where he is. But I guess we're not going to get an answer out of him.
Oh.
That's tough.
You know what we should do? Oh, Kareem. You said Probs Kareem.
Okay, there we go. That has to. I agree.
Right, you know what? I'm going to call Monty, see what Amani has to say. I doubt he'll pick up, though.
He's not going to pick up.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail.
Oh, I can't hang up. I have this hang up glitch.
Try your call again later. Goodbye.
I'm giving him one more.
Call Danny.
Amani.
Please try your call again later.
Oh, he's not here.
Call Danny.
Danny?
See what Danny thinks.
I mean, okay. I think I know what he'll say. Let's see.
He's probably going to be like Zach Levine.
Yeah.
Be like Kemba. Jason Tatum.
Danny's not picking up either. Not our
against Sloan.
Wow. I don't think Dan's gonna pick up.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Okay. So
no one. James. I'm gonna call JP.
Give JP a ring. We need one more opinion. Come on.
I'm calling him. You hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Tim. James, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is the third greatest NBA player of all time?
Third greatest NBA player of all time.
Giannis.
That's easy. It's Shaq.
What?
Whoa!
Out of right field. James, you're currently on the Chi-Town Sports Podcast. You're with Ben Dewater and I. We're live on YouTube.
What's up, JP?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ben says what's up. Tim Beatson is in the comments letting us know. Tim said probably Kareem. I went with Wilt Chamberlain. Ben went with Kareem, and you went with Shaq. All right.
I went with Shaq. Yeah, he's just a beast.
All setters.
I had a feeling JP was going to go with Shaq. I'm not going to lie to you. JP's a big man at heart.
Can you hear Ben?
You know what? I do try to emulate Shaq and put that on the record.
That is on the record, JP.
That is on the record.
Yep.
James, thank you for joining the podcast abruptly.
Don't worry. Anytime.
Yeah, James, I'll try to get you on the show, all right? You could be a guest.
All
right, James, have a splendid day, and I'll see you later.
All right,
peace.
Okay,
That's exactly what we needed.
JP comes in clutch.
Let's just get everyone's opinion. Why not? Calling Kieran. Here we go. Hopefully Kieran joins.
All right.
James is so funny. Yes, he is. Kieran.
Yeah, what's up?
You're live on the Chi-Town Sports Podcast, streaming live on YouTube and all platforms. We have a question for you, Ben and I.
When?
No, we're live right now, Kieran.
You're live, Kieran.
We're calling our friends and asking them, who is the third greatest NBA player of all time?
Okay, guys, I got another opinion.
Ben, Kieran's talking.
Third greatest. Like by rings or by?
No, by skill. Who do you think is the third greatest player of all time?
That's Johnson.
Wow.
Or Kareem.
Curveball. Okay, Ben and
I got
Timmy
another person.
went with Kareem. James Panton went with Shaq, and I went with Wilt Chamberlain.
Dylan.
But Kieran, thank you for coming on.
Do you hear Brad?
What is he saying?
So, Dylan,
hello.
who is your third best player of all time? Just say it.
Okay, I'm stuck between Kobe and Magic, but it's definitely one of them.
He's gonna say himself.
No, he said Kobe or Magic. Do you agree? You think it's Kobe or Magic? So who do you have 2 and 1 then?
You have to have one, yeah.
Ron and MJ, are you joking?
Okay, so Brad and I are doing a thing, and we're asking everyone we know, and you're the first person to say Kobe or Magic. So
no, Kieran said Magic.
Kieran said Magic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're the second person to say Magic, Dylan. All right, thanks for answering, Dylan.
Is this for your podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in, Dill. All right, see ya.
Oh, too funny.
Okay.
Well, the people have spoken.
We've gotten
so here, I'm gonna make a little thing in the comments really quickly. 2 votes for Magic, 2 votes for Kareem,
and 1 vote for Shaq.
Well, Ben, keep going. I'm 2 Magic.
I mean, like at this point, you want to ring up? Let's see.
Wait, so 2 Magic, 2 Kareem,
yeah,
1 Shaq, and then 1 Wilt.
Is there anyone else you want to ring up? This could be like our tiebreaker between Kareem and.
You could say who's better.
Well, who do you want to ask?
Well, Monty and Danny, call them again.
I'm gonna give Amani one last chance because I feel like he's the next best NBA knowledge. Okay. I'm asking. Oh, actually, wait. Let's call Mark. Oh, Marco doesn't
work.
Yeah, he isn't. Okay.
Try to think who else you could call.
There's not that many NBA fans. Like,
you call Tony. Should you call Tony?
You want to?
Yeah, I'm calling Tony.
Okay, he's not an NBA fan, but.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Tony's NBA knowledge. I haven't talked to Tony in weeks, months.
I haven't talked to him.
Since Anthony Winter said, Anthony.
What?
Ben Newhunter and I are streaming live on the Chi-Town Sports Podcast, live on YouTube, and we have a question for you.
What is it?
Who is the third? Who is the 3rd greatest NBA player of all time?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta answer the question. I think everyone and their mom has.
So tell him, Brad. Tell him who everyone has answered first.
Well, no. Okay, fine. He's probably. I think I know who he's gonna go with, but okay. So 2. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say how many people have voted for who. People have said Magic, Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, and Shaq.
Yeah, I'd probably say Kareem.
There we go.
That's
there we go.
Yeah.
You're following in Tim's footsteps. Anthony, thank you for joining the show.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too. Yeah.
There we go. That was it. That was what I knew he would go with Kareem. Who do you think he'd go with?
Wins with 3.
All right, so we got.
I guess Kareem is the 3rd greatest player of all time, but the sample size on that was 7 people. So
okay, well, 7 experts.
I wouldn't call them experts. I'd call half of them. I don't know. We should do who's the greatest player of all time.
I think Jordan would win by huge numbers.
I don't think he would by huge numbers. I know a lot of people. Miles was saying LeBron.
I agree with that. I think that.
I bet you would be huge
LeBron is.
I bet you would
definitely. If we were like PK thinks it's LeBron. So. All right.
Well, it's an ever-evolving debate. Ben, it was wonderful having another episode of the podcast. Tim, our first live viewer, I'm pretty sure.
Let's go,
Actually,
Timmy.
Miles was, but...
Well, Miles was on the show.
Tim, it was... we love having you in the comments. I'll make sure to let you know. We love interacting with fans. If any of you guys see this, we'd love to have you come talk with us. Hopefully we can get another guest on the show soon. We had Tim on last episode.
Yep.
Our podcast number 4, so it goes 3 to 5 on the channel. Number 4 was taken down by YouTube for some reason. I'm investigating it. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably have an answer by the next episode. Dub season. Yes, it is dub season. Tim, but thank you guys for tuning in. And we will hopefully be back in the next coming days. Maybe with a guest. I don't know.
We'll see. All right.
Maybe Jay Pizzle. Maybe we have a couple people.
There's a lot of guys.
There are a lot of guys. All right. Ben, thank you for getting on, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.